All right. I just want to say happy Monday to every single one of you. I am very, very excited to start with recognition tonight. So we are going to congratulate Miss Trina. So Trina is our queen of sharing for Julie's unit. And Maria is our weekly accomplishment sheet for Julie's unit. So congratulations, Maria.
Monique.
Monique, thank you. Thank
Monique.
you, Julie. So Monique is our queen of weekly sheets. So congratulations, Monique. And for the
Yay!
Abundant All Stars, we have Johnny. Congratulations, Johnny, is the weekly accomplishment sheet. Sherry Minard is our wholesale queen. And also, Libby is the queen of sharing. So, congratulations, Libby.
Awesome.
And Libby is also a $50 star winner. We are so excited for her. She was on this Switzerland event on Saturday and she won $50. And she thinks Becky Hitlocker might have too. So congratulations to
Yeah.
all of you winners. Yeah, that was really exciting. We haven't had a winner for a while, so that's pretty awesome and
Mm-mm.
exciting. And I want to also congratulate you guys that are Star Consultants. Remember, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock is the Star event with Miranda Reigns. You're not going to want to miss it, you guys. Her and I've been chatting all day. I know personally for me, whenever I have any type of sessions, that's okay, Natalie, don't worry about it. But whenever I attend any type of Miranda's training, empowers my business. So it empowers me for education. It empowers me for what's trendy. It empowers me for what to talk to my customers and consultants about. You guys, it is going to be an empowering event for you Star Consultants tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. And remember, you get to bring a guest. So let's talk about that really quick before we move on. What you may do is you may reach out to maybe your 10 top customers tonight before you go to bed and say, hey, Johnny, oh my goodness, I am so excited. Tomorrow night, we have a personal stylist that is doing an event for us, and I get to invite up to 5 guests. And I was wondering if you may want to be one of them. So, you guys make it extremely exclusive. Invite those guests for tomorrow night for that star event. Trust me, they will love being in Miranda's space. It is absolutely phenomenal. So, go ahead and invite your guests for tomorrow night. All right, you girls, we have 1 week to go to move up in the month of March. I know some of you are working super hard on being a part of that moving up breakfast. You guys, the moving up breakfast will be April 5th. And I believe we're going to be to Jessica's. I know that's one of Libby's favorite places. So we'll figure out who is all finished up with moving up in the month of March. And then you will be receiving an exclusive invite to go for breakfast with your sales director, my treat. And if you are out of town, of course, you will be receiving a gift card for breakfast. And if you'd like, we could do a Zoom and have your breakfast or your coffee, and we can just do a fun Zoom and a fun consult, maybe some goal setting, things like that, for your moving up breakfast. Also, you guys, when the clock strikes 12, on May 31st, because I do believe this is going to be a late May 31st next week. I really do. And we have some special training for you next week. So don't miss out. Like, do not miss out. We have special training for you next week, so it'll be March 31st. Julie's actually going to be talking about a new party she's been doing, but she's going to take this week first just to to see how it works.
Iron out the kinks.
Yep, iron out those kinks. So she's going to be teaching on that next week. But actually have a really fun announcement for you guys at the end of this Zoom. So try to stick on with us if you can, as long as you can. But when March 31st at midnight, kind of like Cinderella, I want you guys to ask yourself, where do you want to be? What does that look like for you? Like, I know the first week of March, I set the goal that I was going to have 10 new team members, that I was going to sell $6,000, that I knew how much wholesale production I wanted to put forward toward our unit. Like, I had all of those goals in my head. And as we talked about last week, you guys, some of you may be like, I didn't start March off very well, or maybe I was sick, or maybe I didn't feel good, or maybe I was just in a bad spot, whatever that looks like for you. And we talked about working, like Kiana said, in 10-day increments. Well, you ain't got 10 days anymore. You have 7. And in Mary Kay, 7 days is like 100 if you will strategically work them correctly. But you have to be very clear on your goals, you guys. You have to be very clear on the plan that you desire. And you have to walk as bold as you possibly can this next 7 days. We heard that at Career Conference over and over again. It takes 20 seconds of crazy amounts of courage, you guys, to walk boldly in those God-given gifts and those dreams that you have for the end of March. Will you link arms with me and race to the finish? I hope that you will, because I cannot wait to see what April 1st brings for many of you. The sky of the limits, and anything can happen in 1 week. Do you believe that? Some of you guys are like, yeah, I believe it. I want to know that you believe it with everything that you have these next 7 days. Anything is possible. You could have 8 active recruits. You could finish your star. You could sell $2,000. You could add 5 new team members. Anything, you guys, whatever
Guys,
it is.
crazy things happen. Kim will tell you that you could get 5 new recruits in a day. I know because she's told me that story.
Yep.
I've had 5 come in a day.
Yep.
It is crazy. And you sit there and you're like, it's like a cartoon and your eyeballs are going back and forth. But it happens. It
Mhm.
happens. You could have 4 orders that are $200 a piece come in an afternoon. Stranger things have happened. I'm just saying, you have to believe it to receive it. You just do.
What do they say, Julie? If you're 90%, 99% in, you're 100% out.
Absolutely.
If you're
Absolutely.
99% in, you're 100% out. I always think about that with marriage. I'm like, if you're 99% in, you're 100% out. I'm like, that's kind of scary. But you guys, if you put that analogy in, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be 99% in as a mom. It
Mhm.
doesn't work. You got to be 100% in. You birth that kid. You're kind of
Like
100% in.
99% pregnant.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I love that, Julia. It's even a better analogy. You cannot be 99% pregnant. So I'm asking you girls for 1 week, will you jump in 100% and give it everything that you have to move up in the month of March? Because this is what's going to happen, you guys. Everything you do this week is going to catapult you into April. Okay, then you are going to have the most abundant April. I mean, you will the most abundant April possible, and we're going to be doing a 500,000 hustle in the month of April because you guys, we're going to be getting super, super close to finishing 500,000 in the month of April, which is super exciting. We've never done that before. But everything that you do this week, if you sit and do nothing, guess what? Your April is not going to launch well. And you're not going to be racing to that finish line on June 30th. That's why this month is so important. This last week of the month, adding those team members, because those new team members, you guys, are going to give you parties, team commission or team building commissions. It's going to be sales for those new team members. Like, everything's going to happen when you add team members this last month, this last week of the month, and it's only $20. And you watch, you'll have 5 people come in on the last day. It's like, oh, that's right. I wanted to join and I forgot to, get my thing in. Isn't it how it goes? We all wait to the last minute to get everything in. It's just how it goes because it's like you're under the gun then. You've got to get it done. So know how many team members you want for the end of March, you guys, and we're finish this March in the most amazing way possible. All right, so announcements. Again, tomorrow night is the star event at 5 o'clock. Our goals, we have 6 brand new team members in. We need 15 more to finish our 21. Julie, you guys need 9, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. We need
Well,
28.
no, no, because I had one come back today. So we need 8.
8. Okay, so the jewels need 8. The abundant all stars, we need 15 to finish our goal of 21. And then we'll be giving away that $100 and free summer product, you guys, when we have 21. All right, we've got to have that 21 in and give away that $100 in product for the
Yep.
customers. You guys are still keeping track of your numbers of weekly accomplishment sheets, $100 days, new team members, interviews. You guys are keeping track of all of that because we will be giving $100 worth of product away for consultants. That is a given. So just know that right off the bat, you guys. Um, when we hit that 35,000 mark this month, you guys will be right at the 450. Don't forget your promos that when you have $1,000 in wholesale this month, you're earning free product. 1,500, you're earning free product. 700 are the beautiful little towels. I love those. And of
I'm
course, the
excited.
Power Up Breakfast is April 5th. And then, Julie, do you want to talk a little bit about seminar and also the director retreat?
Yeah. So, you guys, seminar is right around the corner. We have what about 100, almost 100 days until we are right, it's going to be right upon us. And in some ways, it feels like a long time, but it's not. And so, never been my position that you should take money out of your bank account to go, unless you're brand spanking new and you signed up the day before. Like, that would be the only thing, and I would still encourage you to sell and earn your way to go. And so, just like anything else, work backwards. If you have four faces in a party, or say eight faces in a week, which you could easily do, that could be one big party or two small parties. It could be, you could mix it up however you want. But you could say, okay, this week, all of my profit is going to go towards my plane ticket. Because a plane ticket right now is right around $300 when I looked last. It could have changed in the last hour. It could have, because we know how that goes. But like, and tell people any of the sales today are going to take me to seminar on a plane so I can learn more about how to serve you better and how to help you solve your skincare issues better. Because the education there is unlike anything. And I will get to represent you and be celebrated. Invite your customers in to help support that. Do the same thing for your hotel cost. So the next week or the next 10 days, make all of your profit pay for your hotel cost. And tell them, guys, you could put me on a cot, or you guys could put me in a queen bed. Where are you gonna have me? And it is kind of funny, but I'm gonna tell you that they love knowing that what they're doing, and they want those updates. So put those updates in your Facebook and on your Instagram, and let them know, like, oh, I just got bumped up to a queen size bed. They love that. And then you're spending money and your food money. Do that in a 10-day span. But if you do that and you have that goal, that why, it really does make a difference. It really does. And let all your customers know, because they may not need something right this minute, but then when they go to pull out their summer colors and they're like, oh, my summer foundation is almost done. Guess what? They're going to be like, oh, yeah, she just said that she needs more orders. It's going to be right there. We have PCP right now that's open till the 16th, I think. So use that. Use that. Call your customers and say, hey, I'm just checking. You haven't changed your address or your information because I'm going to sign you up so I can send you a book. You planted that seed that that's going to be coming. And then when they do come out, you guys know, you follow up. Take a picture with your face in that book and send it out. But it's really important that you are strategic and that you can work your hours around, but you need to time block. And because yes, you are running your own business, but you're also the boss. And if you ran a restaurant or if you ran an office and somebody just didn't show up, or they showed up at 7 o'clock at night when they were supposed to work at 11 o'clock in the morning, you would not put up with it. You need to be like adhering to what you're saying for yourself, because you're worth it. You're worth it. So for seminar, break it down. Break it down. And usually I think that the number that I've seen most frequently is between 12 and $1,500 is very comfortable. Very comfortable. And so when you're talking about $300 for a plane ticket, and probably, I don't know the hotels in Charlotte, but if you're sharing a room, my guess is probably about the same, 300. And then some spending money and food money, because you're going to want to celebrate. You're going to want to go out to eat. You're going to want to buy the t-shirt or get the little things that you see at the vendors, you know, and think ahead. If you are a star and you want to get Mary Kay, MK Connection vouchers, do that well in advance, because they take a long time sometimes when everybody's trying to get them to come through. And you can use those at seminar as well.
Mhm.
So be mindful of that as well. Okay.
Julie, I think that was such a brilliant thing that you just said, because you guys, you have 4 months. You have April, May, June, July. So four, because we go at the end of July and you're at the end of March now. So you really have 4 full months
Mhm.
to start planning for seminar. And you guys, it's $300 a month. $300 a month. That's less than $100 a week that you need to put away and sell $200 a week in order to go to seminar. And one of the things too, Julie and I've been talking about this today, you guys, anything that you're doing right now, Johnny's working toward DIQ. We are working on the exclusive trip to Budapest. You guys, when you go to seminar, that is an exclusive event by invitation by Mary Kay. That you are getting an invitation to be able to come. And not only are you going to that event to better yourself, but as you get better, you're going to be a better consultant and you're going to be better for your customers and your consultants, you guys. So seminar is one of those things that, Mary Kay's always told us it's just not negotiable. It's just
Right.
not, company events are not negotiable, especially if you want to move forward in the company. So, Julie, thank you for sharing so much
Yeah.
about
And
seminar.
then
Mhm.
director's retreat,
Yes.
new director's retreat, you guys, that is fabulous. Fabulous. They're paying you $500 travel to get there. They're paying for you to have your own special room to yourself for 2 nights. 2 nights of peace and quiet. Nobody kicking you, not having to share a bathroom, not having to share a bath. Let me just say that again. You do not have to share a bathroom. There will be nobody flushing the toilet at 3 a.m. Yes, yes, I know. And then Ryan Rogers is going to be teaching himself at the retreat. You guys, you are going to have, that makes me think of when Mary Kay would have everybody over to her house and sit on the couch. He's honoring that custom, that tradition of one-on-one teaching with Mary Kay and her direct descendant. Nobody else has got that since she's passed.
Mhm.
How absolutely amazing is that? Huh,
Julie, can you imagine? Because I don't know if he'll be like in Budapest. I mean, I know Nathan Moore would go, you know,
right.
so I don't know if he'll be there because I've never seen Ryan at a trip in Budapest. But you guys, I think about sales directors, and if they had the opportunity to go and have an
Oh,
exclusive time, oh, I would do anything it took. I would move heaven and
yeah.
earth. I would recruit my dog. Like, I'm not even kidding you. My big joke, we have a huge joker on our house right now. Like, I just did a live video early that, if the times got really tough, I'd sell feet pics. And it's just a joke. It's just, I don't know if you guys joke about selling feet pics, but we do at our house. And so I'm like, it's just one of those things that it's like I would do whatever it took in order to get to that event because it's such an exclusive invitation. And I really feel that Mary Kay right now is doing some very, very exclusive things for the people that wanting to move in our company. And you guys all have the availability to do that. So yeah.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
So absolutely. And you have all of us pulling for you. You have all of us pulling for you. Yeah, I'm telling you. So for sure, write down what your goals are. Even if they are like just audacious, embarrassing, huge goals that you're like, who do I think I am? I can tell you who you are. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You are a daughter of the king and you deserve all the royal treatment. So by God, it is just a put down to God if you don't dream big because we know what he can do and it's bigger than our brains can manage. And if you are saying, I only want this because that's all I think. Okay, God, I think you can only do this much. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Do not be ridiculous. Be ridiculously happy and dream huge. Huge. Just telling you.
I love it, Julie. That's perfect. And Julie, I asked you a little bit today to share just a little bit about your story. And then I promised you guys we're going to move on. But I
Yeah,
asked her, we usually have been doing like a consultant of the week. And I asked Julie if she just shared just a little bit about her Mary Kay story, because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, we get going on here and we kind of forget about how we all got started. So, Julie, do you want to share a little bit about that too?
sure. When I started buying Mary Kay and I because I love the product and it made my skin feel good. It made me the kids even said I looked younger, so I was like, why would I not? And so and everybody from the very beginning was like, you'd be really good at this. And I would always say, someday, not today, but someday, because I thought I was too busy.
Mhm.
And then when Lonnie's job changed, and I thought either I have to go without the product and everybody will know that my world is crumbling, because I look like tar, you know, then so my friend and I signed up because she loved me and she was gonna help me pay for it. And she's still a consultant in my unit, quiet, not on social media. And so, but I tell you what, I learned so much and I grew so much. And my director at the time kept saying, "You don't need me. I'm showing you how to go lead yourself." And then we went to seminar and I knew something was off. And I think that's when she realized that she was going to grow in a different way. And that's okay because we're allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she made the announcement to me, she called me and she said, "I'm going to step back." And I was in the car. We were on our way to Iowa to go for dinner. And I wasn't, part of me was like, oh, and part of me was like, yep. And my first thought that popped in my head was, well, girl, it's time to lead yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to lead yourself. You know how to walk. You can do this. And I just felt like I had this resolve, like, I have to depend on me to do this. I have to depend on me to do this, and I can do it, which is pretty audacious because full-time teacher, doing all the things, crazy, president of the union, like all the things. And so I started, and it was not easy because as I was going forward and I had questions, she was busy and she would answer my questions, but it might be a day or two later. And that was just the time. That was just the season for both of us. And so God blessed me with Amy because I would call her and I would say, or I would Vox her, "Amy, what does this mean? I got this message from the company. What does this mean? Where do I find this number? What do I do with this? Like this person had this question. What do I say?" And she just loved me with open arms. She just did. Even when it was hard, she did. And I just buried myself in it. And I just got running. And you know how like when you're little and you're running and your legs are going way faster and you're like, "Ooh, I am gonna biff it." That's kind of how my DIQ went. And it took me 4 months. Took me 4 months. And I did things I'd never done before. And now when I look back, I'm like, wow. And I'm going to say it's kind of like that first week at high school when you've never had to walk from a class to a class without a friend, and all of a sudden you have to find your own way. And you do, and you make friends along the way, and you figure things out, and you find the shortcuts between the classes, and you figure out who you're going to sit with at lunch. And that's kind of what it was like. But I didn't have to give up all my friends. They're all right here. And I met a lot of amazing people along the way. And I did things that I never even thought. I had parties in bars that on Mondays when they were closed, and I did Zooms with nobody there. And I did, like you just do all the things and you learn. You just learn so much. But mainly I learned about me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the journey. It is boot camp. DIQ is boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not always easy, but I met the most incredible people and I met me. I met me. I met grown up Julie because I learned to not take things personally. And I learned that I'm not responsible for what everybody else feels and thinks.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big lesson. It really was. And so I'm going to tell you that it was amazing. And had I not gone through that when my daughter went into preterm labor and had all kinds of things, I would not have felt so comfortable working my business in a waiting room at the hospital or in a hospital room, putting mascara on one eye in front of a bunch of strangers, or, like telling people. I would never have told a customer, "Oh, I can't deliver that today." Guess what? I said, "Guys, thank you so much for the order. And I don't know when I'm going to get this delivered because I'm here and this job allows me to do this."
Mm-hmm.
And they were so supportive, but I would not have said that before.
Mm-hmm.
So huge, huge. And I'm going to tell you that I'm still learning. And I made some really stupid decisions in DIQ. Like some of the things that I said and did, and it's okay
Mm-hmm.
because I learned from them and you fail forward.
That's right.
You fall forward, you fail forward, and then you get up. It's just like learning to walk or riding a bike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's still days I wobble. I'm kind of a wobbly girl sometimes, but it's okay.
Mhm.
because I know that if I pick up the speed, it's easier to ride.
Mhm. And Julie, I love that we've been talking today. You know, she's on spring break today, you guys, and she said, "You guys, this is what she told me. Like, this is what she told me." She said, "I actually can go to the bathroom when I want to today." I mean, that's you guys. I mean, that's the
Raise your
life.
hand if you understand that.
Yeah, that's a life of a teacher that she gets to do, and that's one of the reasons I wanted her to share with you guys today. Is you guys, like
Today has
she
been
shared, it
amazing.
it took it took, like her and I talked about today, it took her doing the work. I can't do the work for you, you guys. You know, when Mary Kay started her company, people actually asked her that if they could pay to become directors and nationals in her company. And she said, no, every single person starts with the same starter kit. They start with doing skincare classes and facials, and that's how they grow in the business because she knew that's how people would grow into the leaders that they were going to be. And that's why you guys at 7 tonight, for you guys that are very serious about directorship, I'm asking you to stay on for a few extra minutes and then we'll have new consultants at 7:30. But just so we can talk about what does that look like? I can't go do your facials for you. I can't go do your interviews for you. You are going to learn by doing them yourself. You're going to learn by doing the phone calls. You're going to learn by doing the scripts. You're going to learn by what is it? Like you said, Julie, you made many mistakes. You guys, I made many mistakes. I still make many mistakes. It's kind of like in adolescents receiving their independence. They're going to make mistakes, but thank goodness in Mary Kay that most mistakes, are easily to be fixed. It's not like brain science, brain surgery, you
Yeah,
guys, like
then you
it can
hear
be fixed.
stories like you think, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I can't believe I just did that. And then you'll hear like a national say, oh yeah, I told them to put this in their eye.
Yeah. Oh, look
I
at
can't,
poor Judy with the day cream. I mean, my gosh, everybody's heard that story where
you know,
like, you can't
I
get this in your eye.
I had them put their moisturizer on over their mascara and their foundation, and you're like, okay, and you're a national. All right.
I still forget the moisturizer. So, Julie, thank you for sharing. You guys, we have about 30 minutes left tonight, and I wanted to take the last 30 minutes. I know, Monica, you have product of the week. So, we let Monica go ahead and do the product of the week.
Okay, right now. I am in love this week with
Oh, the eye
Indulge
gel.
Soothing Eye Gel. If you're in a place in the country that's whipping up the wind and the allergies, that's why Julie has her glasses on, okay? And your eyes are feeling puffy or itchy, this is your friend. It has botanical extracts in it. That's the formula that it looks like. It's very cooling when you put it on. And what it does is it'll do many things, but the main things that it does is reduce puffiness from allergy eyes, or if you've been crying a lot or whatever, your eyes are puffy, this will take it down. And it also increases moisturization up to 130%. And we all know that when you're hydrated, those fine lines and wrinkles are less visible. So you want to hydrate around your eyes, and that's delicate skin too.
How much does it increase the moisture?
How much what?
How much is
130%.
130%?
That's awesome.
It has algae extract in it, and it has green tea extract. And green tea is really good healing for your body in general. So it's good for your skin as well.
And
Love
Monica,
it.
I've actually used that over makeup too. Like I've
Have
actually put
you?
that just like over makeup, you guys, just to like go in and give your eyes a little rehydration throughout the day. It's fantastic. Love
That's a
that.
great tip. I like that.
And Monica, I had no idea that it hydrated 130%. Who just
Mhm.
learned something new? Yeah.
I keep mine in the fridge.
And it's
Yeah,
on the 50% off product this week, or this month, you guys, on special deals. So just a heads up, great little selling tip for you guys. Yeah. Thank you, Monica. Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
That's awesome. All right, you guys. So tonight I'm going to be talking about team building, and then I'm going to be talking about something we're going to be doing in the month of abundant April. Okay. But you can start getting ready for it now. So I know we talk a lot about sales. We talk a lot about different ideas of how to get products in front of our clients, but sometimes I think we miss the mark of why do we share the Mary Kay opportunity and why is it beneficial for you? So first of all, you guys, you know you have a $20 starter kit this month. I want to encourage every single one to add one. Okay. Every single one of you listening here on our Zoom tonight, who's listening to the recording tomorrow or whenever you listen to the recording, for everyone to add one. Every single person, add one Mary Kay consultant to your team. Now, why? Because you guys, maybe she needs you. I have a sweet, sweet young girl that just joined on last week. Actually, I had three young girls that joined last week. And you guys know what? There is nothing that I have more in a passion right now than to see, this younger generation be able to have what I had, that are single mamas, that are young mamas, but that are not having to work 80 plus hours a week to be able to provide for their homes, but be able to have what we have in our Mary Kay businesses, you guys. I'm not kidding you. Like, it's so passionate in my heart. I can barely sleep because I just have such a passion for that younger generation that does not have to work 80 plus hours a week trying to provide for their families, but can still keep God, family, and career all in perspective. So I want you guys to remember the first reason that we are adding team members to our team, just like Mary Kay said, is maybe she needs me. Okay. Number two, you guys, we talked about everyone adding one. Okay. So that's number two. Number three, you guys, our goal by seminar June 30th this year is to have 200 active beauty consultants. And right now we have 152. All right, so that's our goal, is to have 200 beauty consultants by the end of June that are active. By the end of this month, our goal is to have 162. So we're getting there and we're tracking it, you guys, and just know I'm tracking that number. But that is our goal as a unit as we work from 650 and beyond. And I know you guys are like, Amy, I know we've been talking about the circle of excellence. I know we've been talking about that. And you guys, I know in my heart of hearts that our goal is from 650 to national. Like, I just know that in my heart. I know that's where God is calling us. I know so many of you have directorship on your heart. That's another reason why we're adding that training at 7 o'clock, is because I want to just have some time with just you girls, because I know our weeks get crazy, but I also know that you guys always take Monday nights and just keep those very sacred for your training night. And I want to say thank you for that. Every single one of you that are on this Zoom, or if you're watching it later, thank you. Y'all could be doing 100 million things tonight, but you chose to show up right here for you. And I thank you so, so much for that. And the goals and the dreams that we have as a Mary Kay family to take this beyond whatever we can even imagine God's going to do. Okay. So that's number three. And number four, you guys, is financially. You guys, there is financial gains, and we do not talk about this enough of why we add team members to our team. You guys, Mary Kay has given us she has given us a pie with 6 pieces. And I'm going to talk about 3 of them tonight, because the other 3, you guys know, we talk about them all the time. Reorders, parties, dovetailing, okay? We're not covering those 3 tonight. We're going to cover the other 3, all right? Y'all get a Mary Kay pie. You get to choose whatever piece of pie that you want to use, okay? Or you want to eat that day, all right? I try to do every piece of pie every day. I just do. So with your last 3, we're going to talk about the CAR program, recruiting commissions, and leadership, all right? Those are the 3 we're going to talk about tonight. Now, the first one I want to talk about is the free car. We don't talk enough about free car. And do you guys know, if you earned a Mary Kay car and you drove Mary Kay free for 10 years, do you have any idea what that would bring into your household at an average of $700 a month of you not paying a car payment, you not paying for 85% of your insurance, you not paying for tax, title, or license? And I just had my first oil change the other day and I didn't pay for that either. All right. So I want you guys to know I did the math on that. And for the next 10 years, if you decide, you know what, I'm going to move to a Mary Kay car, I'm going to earn a Mary Kay car, that will give your family $84,000. $84,000, you guys, over the next 10 years. What are you going to do with that? Because you're paying a car payment. A lot of you guys are. You're paying a car payment. Maybe you need a different car, whatever. But $84,000 in car payments. And if you don't want to take the car, you guys take the money. For crying out loud, take the money and do something with that money. Our goal right now is to buy a vacation home in Gulf Shores. 84,000 is going to give me a really nice chunk of change to put on a vacation home. $84,000 into your home of no car payments for your vehicle. I want you guys to wrap your head around that. I didn't do the math on mine. I've been driving free for 23 years. I won't do the math. Well, let's just double it. All right. So I have $168,000 that Mary Kay has given me in free car payments. And you guys remember my pink Cadillac is $900 a month. So that's $1,000 a month about that I'm receiving because I don't pay for insurance or any of that stuff. So just wrap your head around that, you guys. $164,000 in the last 20 years that I have not paid out as a car payment. That is another reason why we add team members to our team. You guys, we do it because we love the company. We do it because we want other people to experience what we've had in this company, but we also have to get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about financials. And I know people are like, oh, we shouldn't do it for the money. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to do it for the money. That's fine. But some of you that need money, and I don't want y'all out selling feet pics. I know some of you probably need extra cash. And I would prefer to you not be shooting your feet pics all over Facebook. I would prefer you build your Mary Kay teams. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is your commissions. All right. As a commission check, you guys, as a Mary Kay beauty consultant with one team member on your team, you are considered a senior beauty consultant. All right. You are making 4% of everything your team member does. Now, some of you are like, why would I recruit somebody? I'm only making 4%. All right. And I've had that mindset too. And that mindset has been brought to me. I've been doing this long enough, you guys. I totally get it. 4%. You have to remember, you're not chasing her for a reorder. Also, you are making 4% not only on her, but on all of her friends and family. And you are doing what? Nothing. Not much. She shows up for training. You guys, as a senior beauty consultant, that is more my job to go and help her with her debut. That is my job to help her with new consultant training. You cash your 4% commission check and get to your star recruiter and team leader. And here's why. When you have 3 to 4 beauty consultants, y'all are star team builders, red jackets, okay? You are making a commission, you guys. And some of you reds don't know this. You are making a 4, 6, or 8% commission. Now, you used to still only be making a 4. Thank you, Mary Kay, for giving reds a commission. Red jackets, do you know you make a 4% commission when your team, you are considered part of the team production? Okay, some of you guys don't know that. You are a part of the team commission. When you have 0 to 999 in your team production, you are making 4%. Okay? You make 6% when your team has 1,000 to 1,799. Okay? 4% is a whole lot, or 6% is a whole lot better than 4. And you make 8%, you guys, when your team has 1,800 or more. Now, you do not get 8% on your own order. You do as a sales director. But you do not get 8% on your personal order, but you still make 8% on your team as long as you and your team have 1,800 or more. Okay? So, I know some of you are like, I need to start watching my team, see how much we have. And you guys that have teams, okay, now I know our next call is a little bit more for extensive leadership, but you guys that have teams, don't be afraid to reach out to your team members and say, girl, we are so close to meeting our goal this month. Tell me where you're at. How can I help you get to where you want to be this month so we can all finish up our goal? You reds, really start watching that commission. And if you need help finding that report, let us know and we'll help you with that. All right, let's talk about team leaders. You guys, when I realized I did not stay a red jacket long at all. I chose not to. Why? Because your team commission doubles. All right. As a team leader, you have 5 to 8 active team members and beyond until you get into DIQ. All right. Or into directorship. As a team leader until you reach sales director, you make a 9 to 13% commission on all the orders that your team members make. All right. So let's say you guys, you have $2,000 or $3,000 a month in commissions. How does it differentiate? All right. How do you get 13% versus 9? your 9% you're going to receive on if you have 5 team members active. Okay, so if you have 5 team members active, you're going to receive a 9% commission check from Mary Kay. You guys, it gets direct deposited, or if you guys have a card, it gets direct deposited on the 15th. Okay. When you have all 5 active, order 225 in a month, and you do 600, that is how you get your 13% commission. And you guys, I know it's only a 4% commission, but trust me, when you have $3,000 and $4,000 in team in your month, it makes a difference. If you have $4,000 in your team in a month, you guys, that's 4, so that's 403 times 4 is 100, well, it's $520 for $4,000. That's $520 in your team that you had. All right, so let's break this down, okay? Let's say you guys have, and I did this on a low scale, okay? So let's say you guys selling at $1,400 a month, you're earning your cute towels, okay? You should be taking a $700 profit. All right, so selling $1,400, taking a $700 profit. Let's say you have 2 Great Start team members, and you guys work with your team members. Trust me on this. Help them get Great Start qualified, even if it takes a little bit of time. Help them get Great Start qualified. That gives you a $100 bonus. And then let's just say you have bare minimal $200 in commission from your team. That's an extra $1,000 a month for you and your family, just working your Mary Kay business, helping your team, selling the product, and adding a couple Great Start qualifieds. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Did I just lose okay, everybody's nodding. Okay, that's good. Especially my math girls, Johnny and Monica, they're like, oh yeah, we got that. I'm like, you guys, you would have told me some of this stuff. And if you don't understand, please don't be afraid to say, Amy, next time we sit down, will you please show me this on paper? I would have need to see this on paper, you guys. I would not have understood this like in a meeting like this. So if that is you, I don't want you to think you're dumb. I don't want you to think that there's something wrong with you. I personally would not have understood this. We're trying to measure this bathroom out right now, you guys. We have tried to order cabinets 3 times. Why? Because Amy should not measure. Thank God Tim came to measure and Jolene came to measure today. And now we have it all figured out. It's all ready to go. Things are ordered. We're on the move forward. But still, you guys, math is not my number one. I should say math is not my number one language. Y'all can laugh about that because it is hilarious. All right, so let's talk about directorship, because now you guys are like, okay, I know how I can make extra money in my team. I know obviously I want to get to team leader and make sure I'm selling at that 1,400 mark, because that is going to bring a really nice income into my home every single month. And girls, we have to be paying for something every single month in our home. I don't care if you're putting it away for a vacation. I don't care if you're paying the electric bill. I don't care if you're taking your family out. I don't care if Kim's taking the doggies to the little treat place over at Cherry Valley. I don't care. I want something every single month that you lay down your whatever money and you pay for that. And you know in your heart, you paid for that. This month, I chose to purchase some new outdoor furniture for our party that we're having in May, you guys. I chose to take some of my Mary Kay money and do that because I want to see what I have paid for versus just go to bills. You can pay bills, that's fine. But I want you guys to have something physical every single month that you can see that you did with your Mary Kay business. It's so important.
Your nails, your hair, ice cream for the family on Saturday night, whatever it is. It could be small like that. It could be small when you're getting started, guys.
Mhm.
But when you can say, "Oh, I'll get that with my pink money," it's kind of fun.
It is.
It's kind of fun.
It's super fun. It's super fun, you guys, to be able to go to Wayfair and have fun and put new chairs in your backyard. It's just fun. But that's why it's important, you guys, that you have a goal every single month. You know what you're paying for, and then you throw your heart over the line and you go for it. You guys, in some months you're going to make it, and some months you're going to be like, wow, that was really rough. And when you have those months and you're frustrated and you're disappointed, you're not going to sit and cry in the bathtub and eat ice cream.
Mhm.
I'm going to encourage you, don't do that. Maybe go ahead and do it, but make sure you let your sales director know, hey, I might need a little encouragement right now. Because one thing, you guys, is we cannot do the work for you, but what we can do is we can encourage you because we've been there. We've been there when no one showed up for the Zoom party. We've been there when somebody's been at the house and the curtains are moving and no one's answering the door. We've all done that. We've been there when the customer never picks up her $100 order that you have already paid for. We've done that, you guys. We've all done it. But what do? Is we put our big girl panties back on and we keep moving forward and we don't quit. Because in America today, everybody's like, oh, it's not easy, so I'm going to quit. That is not who we are. We don't quit. We
No.
keep moving forward. We pull our bootstraps up and we keep moving for our goals and dreams because we know they're linked to somebody else. So you guys, as you get to directorship, I want you to take it, what I just shared with you, and double and triple it. Okay, because your commissions double and triple. There's different bonuses. There's all kinds of different things. There's wellness bonuses. There's all different types of things that you can earn as a sales director. So you can start taking this money, you guys, and start doubling it and tripling it. And that's why I want to encourage any of you that want to do this financially to become sales director, because that is where you are going to be earning a ton more money if that's the need for your home and that is the need that you personally have. Okay. So again, we'll talk a little bit more about that, you guys, on the 7 to 7:30 call. If you have, does anybody have questions? I think we have a couple minutes for questions.
How many people are like mind blown right now? Because you'd heard those numbers before, but you didn't think about what it really meant. Because I know that was me. I'd heard, 4%, 9%, 8%, but it didn't. And then when I started getting, I was like, oh, oh, yeah.
And you guys, from somebody that was in remedial math, I know we can't call it that anymore, but for any of you that maybe graduated below 1994 and you were, maybe had a remedial English class or speech class or math class, that was me. Though the teacher kicked me out because she told me I didn't belong in there because that was not where I belonged, which I appreciated that. But I'm telling you, I can do percentages like nobody's business. It is kind of insane. I don't do so good for measuring, but I did really good for percentages. So you guys, we have to know what gifts we have and don't be afraid to ask help when we know these aren't, when we're not walking in our gifts. Okay. All right. So you guys, I want to complete our evening with something that's coming up. This is an idea that I got, probably about 2 weeks ago, and I'm just starting to get it into fruition. So you guys, I want you to remember there are going to be ideas that you get, and they might come 6 months later. They might come 2 weeks later. But what I decided to do, and I know Johnny jumped on board with this too, she's working with her clients in the same way, is what I decided to do, and actually I got a bunch of them right here because I've got about 40 of them more I have to do, is I wrote a letter to my customers. All right. I wrote a letter to my customers. I told them how grateful I was for them. I told them about what we were doing as a Circle of Excellence unit and that what we needed to accomplish by June 30th. I told them that when we accomplished this, that I would receive an invitation of a lifetime. And you guys know, everybody on this Zoom screen knows I do not want to fly to Budapest. I even talked to the doctor the other day when I went in for a sinus infection. I said, hey, we're going to have to talk about some drunks. And he's like, I got you. Perfect. So I've already talked to him about that. Like he's going to have to drug me to get on this plane because I do not want to get on this plane. But I'm going to, because I know this is an exclusive event and I am going to grow so much and be exposed to corporate people, top directors like I've never, ever been before. And I'm going to be able to come back and teach and lead and share in a way different way than even I am today. And that's the letter that I'm sharing with my customers right now. So how can you guys do the same thing? All right. Everybody should know their goal that is here on the screen tonight for June 30th. Okay. Let's say it's core to sales. Let's say it's core to sharing. Let's say it's directorship, whatever it is. You girls that have at least one active team member, you guys should be getting an email from Mary Kay for director now, or some type of class, or it's on your screen or something, but it's encouraging you to move up the career path. There's a reason for that, you guys. They're exclusively watching you because they want to encourage you to move up to a position of director or beyond. Okay? So if your desire is to be a sales director, if your desire is to be a Queen's Court of Sales winner, if your desire is to be a star, whatever that looks like, you guys, and please don't be afraid to say, Amy, can you help me with the language on this or the lingo on this? But you guys have to know you have the opportunity of a lifetime to walk across seminar stage on the National Court of Sales at $40,000. And you need this much to go, and you are asking your customers for help. You have an exclusive opportunity to join the top 2% of the company and become a sales director right now. Okay? Would they be willing to help you? Because this is such a calling and a desire on your heart. And these are the ways I asked for help. Okay. First way I asked you guys was I asked them to keep getting all their Mary Kay favorites for me because every single order counts. Every eye makeup remover, lipstick, mascara, moisturizer, Spanx for your face, because my customers will know what that is. Every single order counts. That was the first way. Second way, you guys, is try something new. We have over 200 products, and I bet you'll love our substitute to what you may be using now. Okay, number two. Number three, refer your friends and family to me. Get $10 off your order for every person you refer. They purchase and become a customer. If you're not writing these down, you guys just ask me for them and I can send you this letter. Number four, host a party. We have so many fun parties from spa facials to mother-daughter, find your season party, glam, and many more. It's super fun to have a girls' night or afternoon or pampering experience. Plus, you get $61 in free product. And here's number five, you guys. And this is where I am asking every single one of you to join me, but we've got to start working on it now. Okay, that's why I'm telling you this. So you're like, what are we doing? Why are we talking about April? We're talking about April because I need you guys to start strategizing how you're getting this information out to your clients now. All right. So, number five, be part of my Shop My Party event. We're hosting through April 8th through the 15th. Here is my QR code. Okay. You can also call me and text your order. Our unit goal is to sell $10,000 in a week. Send it to all your friends as someone is going to receive $61 off their order. And remember, you get $10 off every person you refer to me. And then the sixth one was join your team. But I want to go back to the Shop My Party, you guys. So from April 8th to April 15th, we are going to do a Shop My Party event. And you guys, you can do it however you want. You can have them shop your party. Julie is going to talk about texting parties next week. So this is going to piggyback right on that party, you guys. But this is the opportunity this week to start strategizing how you're going to talk to your clients about how we're going to do $10,000 in a week from April 8th to April 10th. You guys, this is going to be a blast. This is going to be so much fun. You guys are going to make a ton of money. It's going to be invigorating and it's going to just be
Fun.
super fun. Like we're going to have fun. I did it before Easter. Okay, because I know how sometimes people get Easter and spring breaking and all that stuff. So I did it. And you guys, I wanted you guys to be able to launch strong in the month of April. Because when you sell 1,000 or you sell 2,000 or you sell 3,000, you guys, that's going to catapult you into possibly getting back to Queen's Court of Sales on target and all the different things you want, helping with DIQ production, all of those different things. But so that's why I did it that first part of April too. I didn't want to do it like right away in April because I wanted you guys to have some time to strategize of how you're going to incorporate that into your clients and your business. So are you guys excited? I am super excited. And the Shop My Party's fun, but you guys, you're going to have clients that are not going to jack with Shop Your Party. I'm just telling you that. So please do not just do Shop My Party. You got to be able to let them text you. You got to be able to call them. All the different ways we communicate, we've got to make sure that it is open for every person to be able to participate. Emailing your clients. These are all getting, like, I'm mailing all mine out because this was something very, very important to me. And I chose to invest 240 letters into my customers. Okay. And I'll do a unit one. So you guys, like all your team members will know what we're doing too in the month of April. That one's I'm working on that one, but I kind of want to see what happens on April 1st, like what Mary Kay has to offer for us as well. So, all right, you guys, we have 6 minutes. I wanted to say thank you again for joining us. Kim, do you have a wonderful closing for us tonight? Because I always know you always bring such wonderful wisdom. Oops, I think you're muted, Kim. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Just a minute, buddy. He wants me to pet him all of a sudden. I scared him.
Yes.
He was sleeping and he gets weird sometimes. Anyway, okay. When our desires are not directly expressed, they tend to manifest in subconsciousness, insidious ways. What's within needs a way out. And when those desires arrive into willing hands, our minds are given a chance to find the healthiest way to fulfill those deepest needs. So, as you were talking earlier, like, what are you working toward? What is your goal? And we have to share that with people, what we're doing, just like Amy's doing this letter. And, for her personal customers, but also what we're doing as a unit in the circle of excellence and the trip and everything like that. So I think we do have to give things a chance. And like Julie was talking about with DIQ, we learn as we go, but we figure it out. So I think just in saying that, again, just share with your customers. I know Libby's been sharing lately with her customers about what she's working toward or what she earned and things like that, and keeping them involved and keeping everyone excited, because women do want to help other women succeed and they're very excited for you. So I would say just keep going to your heart's desire, and if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Spoken from one of the most amazing sales directors I've ever known.
Aw, thank you.
I'm telling you something, you guys. If you don't know Kim, this girl has so much wisdom. And I know many of you know Kim was a sales director for a very, very long time, had some situations in life she had to step back. But she is so wise, and her business is so fruitful because of the wisdom and the compassion and the love that she has for people. So, Kim, thank you for bringing such wonderful things to our meeting tonight. You guys, thank you for being here. I hope this was beneficial. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am so excited about trying something fun and new for the month of April. You guys, it could go really well. It could not. I don't know. But we're going to throw our hearts over the line and we're going to do it. But before we do, we're throwing our hearts over the line for March for 7 more days.
Mega March.
Mega March. We're moving up in March. Everyone's adding one. This month, we're finishing the 21. The Jewels are finishing 8 more. You guys, let's do this and make it the most marvelous March ever. You guys, I want to see you guys record break this month too. You've got about 12,000 more to go to break your March record from for history. So I know you guys will do it. I don't have any doubt whatsoever. So keep going strong, you guys. Don't lose the faith. Grab a hold of everything that you got of courage. It takes 20 seconds of courage, you guys. I can't remember that movie that's off of, but I remember there's a young man that says it takes 20 seconds. I think it's We Bought a Zoo. It takes 20 seconds of extreme courage. And I want to encourage every single one of you to find that 20 seconds every single day this week and move in March. I will be so glad to see where you end up. Have a great night, you guys. Again, if you are desiring directorship, stay on and we'll start our call here in just a couple minutes. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. So funny, Johnny, you moved. I'm like, oh, where'd Johnny go?
I know. They're like puzzle pieces sliding around.
Yep.
I love it.
I do too. Yep, I do too.
Oh my gosh. I know. I love when I can tell my customers, I am going to go represent you. All of the goodness that you have shown me, I'm going to go up on the stage and I'm going to just let it shine through me. And I'm going to show everybody how amazing you are. And that was I might do that again sometime. The first time I went, I said, I need orders to go. And when we hit that goal of, because it was the year that I got this ring, and I said, when I earn the ring, you guys get to pick the dress that I wear. And I posted 2 pictures from Amazon, and they got to vote on what dress I was going to get to wear. And so they loved it. They were like, it was quite the pool, you know? So yeah, that was fun.
It's building that community, you guys. Like it is building that community of just allowing your customers to know that that they are a part of this and you don't get to do this without them. That
Yeah.
you don't get to do this without them. So yeah. Oh, Miss Kyla's joining. Kyla, I think I might have told you the wrong time. I might have told you 7, Kyla. We'll put Kyla on and let her know it's 7:30. That might have been my mistake. Hi, Kyla. Can you hear me? So, Kyla, I might have told you the wrong time. You are welcome to stay on, honey, but I didn't want to confuse you. New consultants are at 7:30. I probably told you the wrong time. So if you want to stay on, you can. This is just going to be for girls that want sales directorship. So if you want to stay on and listen, you are super welcome. Everyone, welcome Kyla. This is our brand new
Hi,
consultant,
Kyla.
from Monroe.
Hi,
Super excited to have you. Look super cute.
thank you.
Kyla came and had a facial at my studio the other day, you guys, and she's 19 and she's excited to get started. So, yeah.
Gosh, beautiful.
Yep. So up to you, Kyla. Do you want to stay on or come back at 7:30? It's totally up to you.
Sure, I'll stay.
Stay on? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kyla, while you're here, why don't you share with the girls why you decided to start Mary Kay?
Well, after hanging out with Miss Amy and her just getting to know her and her sharing her story with me, it was super awesome to see where she came from and where she's going, and it's all her accomplishments, and it's very inspiring, and just a new chapter, a new start to see where this goes, and
Mm-hmm. And like I shared with you girls earlier in our meeting, like I shared with you guys earlier, there is nothing that I have more passion right now than to see younger girls, and I don't even want to say just younger girls, but women in general have the opportunity that I have and that I have had and that you ladies have had. And when you have that such burning desire in your heart and you know how blessed you've been with Mary Kay, you cannot help but not share with somebody else because you do not know if that is going to change her life. I
Yeah.
think about that, you guys. I think about 24 years ago, I was pregnant with Eric. And I had no idea at that time that I was still working at the salon. Because what month are we at? March. March, I had Eric in May. I had Eric at the end of May. I took the summer off as a nail tech. I went back to work in September as a nail tech. And that's when I joined Mary Kay just for personal use discount. I was not doing a party. In fact, Heather came. Actually, Heather called me on Friday because we still called people then. We didn't have cell phones. She called me. She says, "Hey, I'm coming on Saturday or Sunday or whatever it was for a party." I'm like, "Oh crap. I better invite people." I didn't have anybody invited. So I got some people invited and we had a debut. I placed my first order, you guys. I came in with a great start qualified order. The next week, I ordered a Sapphire Star. And then I just was having such a blast. But you guys, I did not know that Kirk was going to lose his job. I didn't know I was going to be put in a position to provide for the home. And I didn't know how long that was going to last. But I had the opportunity to be mom, to be able to go to the fun stuff at school, all the field trips, all the soccer games, all the Showtime stuff, like all that stuff, because I was able to control my own schedule. And that's what I want for every single one of you.
Yeah.
And when you recognize that you hold that key for somebody else, it makes you want to go share the opportunity with anybody that you know this could potentially change their life. So, you guys, tonight, this is our leadership meeting. Kyla, you welcome to the leadership meeting. You can do new consultant training, but you're now a part of the leadership meeting. So, you guys, first of all, you guys, I think everybody knows each other here. We've already done some introductions because Kyla's the newest. You guys, I want you guys to share your goal for seminar. So, Julie, do you want to start?
Yeah. Every day, I write this down. The ring, the bee, and the car. The ring, the bee, and the car.
Love it.
That's my triple star this year. Now, the ring, I can see that. I know I have a strategy for that. The bee, I need to work on. And it hit me probably hardest today that I'm going to be leaving my teaching job, but as a director, I can shift things up a little bit, build my unit, and replace my teaching income. And not because I have 2 master's degrees and that I'm spending extra time coaching and doing after school program and doing all of the things to make that up, I can do that through my Mary Kay.
Mhm,
Those 6 pieces of pie work.
mhm.
I can do that. I can go beyond what I make at school with my Mary Kay.
And
And there are
Julie,
women doing it every day.
with yours, Ringby Car, that might be your, I don't want to say the like, I don't want to say the lineage, but the next steps.
Yes. So
Ringby
for me,
Car.
the
Mhm.
ring I know I will get. The bee
Yes.
is possible, but it's I probably will be Princess Court this
Mhm.
year,
Yeah,
which is 13 because I only have 1.5 right now.
I know.
Because they say they're going to, but it ain't done till it's done.
That's right.
And then the car, I'm laying the groundwork for that.
Mhm.
As I build and I get that bee and I get that ring, that lays the groundwork for that car.
Well,
So the
and
mindset is car. So yes.
Julie, the thing about it is, as you're selling enough to get the diamond ring, Kyla's like, "Woo, diamond ring! Didn't know about all this. You're gonna learn some information here, Kyla."
They're really pretty. Big.
Yeah, we get Mary Kay, you earn diamond rings. So Julie, as you sell enough to earn the ring, you're building your client base to earn the B, and the earn the B will earn the car. So I love it. Monica,
Right.
what's your goal for seminar?
8 active.
Okay. 8 active. Okay. Monique, can you hear us or no? We'll
You
come
may-
back to Monique. Jill,
she
how
may be
about you,
able to.
Johnny? Oh, there she is.
She is.
Monique, what's your goal for seminar? Oh,
I would say red jacket.
I love that. That's great. Okay.
Awesome.
Johnny, what about you?
Directorship.
Okay.
And I want to come with I want the 35, but definitely 30.
Johnny's debuting at Charlotte. That's going to be fun, Johnny. Trina, what about you?
I want the pink jacket. I want the by seminar, and I want the not just directorship, but I want to go to the special retreat as well.
Can I be in y'all's suitcase? Like, I know y'all get your own room, but I really want to go.
You had better be vlogging. Maybe your assistants.
Somebody needs an assistant. Like, they need a little.
I'll need a nanny. You can come
Exactly.
be with Mirabelle. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like,
The
somebody,
Gigi and the
I
Mimi.
need to be a part of this
The
retreat.
Gigi and the Mimi can be there.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how do I get an invite to this retreat? My gosh. Okay. All right, you guys. So I want you guys to think about what your game plan is going to be. And I want you guys to think about, Kyla, if you have a goal, like you think for June 30th, you are welcome to join in, girl. Like if you're like, I want to sell this much, you're fine. And if you're not, I don't want to like throw you under the table because you're so new right now.
I'm really just enjoying watching
Okay.
every talk and just, I
Okay.
learned a lot in this little bit, so thank you.
Perfect. Well, you're going to learn a whole lot more here in about 15, 20 minutes. So, all right, you girls.
Amy?
So, yeah, go ahead, Julie.
What's your goal?
My goal is to finish the unit circle of excellence. And yeah, finish triple star, which you guys, that's almost done. I think I just have maybe like 2 more I have to finish up to finish triple star. So triple star, the circle of excellence, and then we're heading toward national from there. That's just, Tim and I have actually been talking a lot about that. Is he like, where are you going after? He's like, are you heading for 800? Are you heading for 1 million? I'm like, that may come, but that's not where my focus is going to be. And that focus is going to be shifting to national. So hopefully you guys, this meeting at 7 o'clock will be helpful for you guys, but I will tell you, I'm not going to be easy on you. I'm not going to be easy on you. I love you guys so much. I'm not going to be easy on you. So as you come here, I'll be like, all right, guys, you want directorship, you want this, you want this. What did you do last week? And now this will be next week, not this week. But what did you do this past week in order to make those goals come to fruition? Because you guys, a dream is a goal with a deadline. If there is no action behind it, it is a dream. It is a goal when there's action behind it. We have to put activity behind it. And we'll talk a lot about like, you know, different things that you guys can do. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think.
Like, here's the thing. You have to
Income
have
producing activities.
actionable movement, and that means you have to tell everybody what your goal is, even though you're embarrassed because you're telling the lady at the grocery store in line. You write it down and hang it up everywhere. I mean, people were sick of hearing that I was going to be a director. They were like, "Are you a director yet?" Because I'm tired of hearing about it. And like everybody at school, they're like, "Are you a director yet?" And I don't know if I have taken my pink jacket to school and had it hanging on my thing. And like I have some bling on it, that was given to me, but I don't have the bar pins yet. But I tell you what, before the end of the year, I may have to have the pink Cadillac come and the bar pins and the bees come in, because the power and that energy that comes in with that jacket or with that goal that you have hit is a buildup of all the energy and all the action that you've been taking. You have to do the action even when it doesn't feel like it. You have to say it because you need to hear it. You need to write it every day because you need to feel it. So if you're not journaling every day, start to write. Get a little journal, get a notebook, and start writing down your goal every day. Every day.
I taught that at career conference, you guys, and it was your 3 Gs for the day. I added a fourth, of course, because why would I not? But Rachel Hollis is a huge guru right now. If you haven't read any of her things, you guys are just fun to read, especially if you just want like fun, like graceful self-help, and you will feel so much better about yourself because she is just a hot mess. And she is just a famous like guru. I love listening to her. Anyway, I remember there was a podcast I was listening to hers one time, and she talked about the 3 Gs, and this is something you journal every day. Because a lot of times people that are not used to journaling, I learned to journal when I was a little girl. And so for me, it's like normal. I have boxes of journals in my basement. My poor children, when something happens to me, just put them right in the dumpster. But you guys, I'm not kidding you. Like I have journal after journal after journal. And when she talked about the 3 Gs for the gratitude journal that she talks about. Sorry, I had a new consultant looking for the Zoom message. The 3 Gs, you guys, are number one is gratitude. That's the first thing that you write down, and you can write down 5 things, or you can write down 2 things. You guys, some days we're just in a crud spot, and we just have to literally be thankful that we have air to breathe. All right? Like sometimes we're just in a rough spot. Like I remember the other day, I was just really having a hard day. And I'm like, what am I thankful for? And I really just had to think for a minute. And then it just starts flooding out. You know what I mean? It just all
I'm
starts flooding
grateful I
out.
have great product to wash my face with. There's been days like
Yep. I'm thankful I have heat in my house. I'm thankful I have food in my fridge. I am thankful I have doggies to cuddle with. You know what I mean? I'm thankful I have a wonderful man in my life. I have a beautiful home. Then just gratitude, you guys. Just starting your day with gratitude will take an attitude from bad to great. Okay. Second thing you're going to write, you guys, are your goals. Every single day, write down your goals. Write them down. And I write it down every day. That this is my goal for March. This is how much wholesale we need to do for March. This is how many new team members we're adding for March. This is we're doing the circle of excellence. I write that down every single day. What are my goals? Because they're right in front of me. Third thing is, you guys, is your game plan. What are you doing today in order to move forth with those goals? Because again, no action creates a dream, not a goal. All right. We want to make sure there's activity put behind our goals. And then the fourth thing is go. I just write go. It makes me feel good because I can sit there probably for a little bit longer, though I don't sit very well, but I have to just write go. Like at the end, that's my 4th G is I just have to write go because I know at that time, it's my time to get up, get myself ready, put on a powerful outfit for the day, do my makeup, do my hair, and look powerful. When we walked into church after career conference, I was like, Tim, I probably shouldn't wear my suit into church. Like this maybe looks weird. He's like, no. He says, number one, you look fantastic in it. And he's like, and I am super proud of everything that you've accomplished in Mary Kay. You are wearing your jacket. And so I wore my jacket into church. And you guys, I had a guy stop me and he's like, you look so nice. And I said, well, thank you. And he's like, and you just look so different. You guys, there's something about just showing up. There's something about this jacket. I cannot tell you what it is, but you put it on and you just feel so extremely powerful when you put it on. Is there something special about it? No, probably not. but it's something about how it fits you and how when you're presented in it, you just feel so different. And you guys, the energy that you are bringing into the room is something you can control. So if you are bringing great energy into a room right now, by making sure you're showing up your best, most powerful self, what's going to happen to that room that you enter? That's going to spread. And other people are going to want to come and show up their best self too. Okay. All right. So Jeannie Martin said, you guys, a strong director, and I'm not going to leave this one alone. I know I talked about this last week. Jeannie Martin said, as we sat at lunch bunch at Oak Brook last week or last month, she said, a strong director, you will want to do 30 faces every single month. You will want to do 10 interviews every single month. You will want to add a new team member every single month and do $1,000 in wholesale orders. Okay. You guys, I will share with you in my directorship. A lot of people will say, well, I had this happen or I had this happen. You guys, I have never struggled as a director. I just never have. Why? Because of the formula Jeannie Martin had. I don't know where I learned that before. I think it was Mary Kay, because Mary Kay always says brand new consultants should come in and do 30, 10, 600 every month. So 30 faces, Kyla, sharing the opportunity with 10 people and $600 in wholesale orders. And I remember her teaching us that as a new consultant. And I always stuck with that. And I never, ever went away from that. And that's probably why I became a sales director so fast, because I did that 30, 10, 600 every month. Jeannie's kicked it to 1,000. But nowadays, you guys, to sell $1,000 a month, especially when you're out doing appointments, is nothing. You can sell $1,000 at one appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're doing 30 faces, $1,000. If you're only doing $1,000 with 30 faces, we need to chat.
Mm-hmm. Well, and 30 faces, you guys, it makes your your average at 65 a face. Okay. So 30 faces at $65 is going to give you $2,000. And of course, you order 1,000, the other 1,000's yours. Okay. I know that should make sense to most of you guys. But again, if you're doing 30 faces a month and you are making sure you take your 50% profit, okay, and you sell $65 a face, you're going to sell $2,000. $2,000, you're going to put a half, 1,000 obviously to order their product, because you got to order the product, and the other $1,000 goes in your pocket. Okay. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, I did 10 faces and I sold nothing. That happens. It happens, you guys. I remember that happening to me. So for when you do 30 faces in a month, know that that's going to average out. So you're going to have somebody buy $400. You're going to have somebody buy 100. You're going to have somebody buy 300. It all averages out. But just to give you the number, so your numbers, your numbers never lie. Mary Kay is not magical. It is mathematical. It is a magical company to be a part of, but it's not magical, you guys. It is totally mathematical. Okay. Another thing, you guys, how are we doing? We got a little bit more time yet. What are you going to be doing with your money? We talked a little bit about that at the meeting before, but it's very, very, very important that you guys know what you're doing with your money, because this is what's going to happen. If you're like me, you'll get cramps one day and you'll be like, oh, I've got cramps today. I'm not going to work as hard as the other day. Now, that's not usually what I do, because if you guys know me well enough, I have work ethic and I love to work. Like, Tim has to pull me away from work because I love to work so much. But you might have something that happens in your life. You might have a little crazy go on and you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow something else happens and then something else gets in the way. And guess what, you guys? A month has went by. That's why it's so important that you have your money delegated in your Mary Kay business for what you want, because on the days that are hard, you still have to get up and go to work. Most of you guys on here have other jobs. And even if you don't feel good or you don't show up and you don't get paid, but you still have bills to pay. So you got to figure out how to show up. And that's exactly what you have to figure out, because a lot of you guys are very used to traditional jobs. Okay. So that means you go to work, you get a certain pay, and you go home. All right. So if you look at Mary Kay, or you look at somebody that's self-employed, it's almost like a farmer's mindset. All right. When the hay is ready to get baled, and Monica's like, oh gosh, yes, you're going to put in a lot of hours. Now, you may not put as many hours in the week before, but when it's time to bale hay, you got to bale hay. All right. And the same thing is when you're self-employed, you guys, there are days that you're going to be like, oh, I was supposed to be off at 3 and I didn't get off till 5. Or, oh, I had to do a little bit more over here. But you have the flexibility, like Julie said earlier, that she got to go to the bathroom when she wanted to today because she's a teacher and she doesn't get to do that very often. The flexibility of
Just said, that's right.
it's insane. You guys, I can go to every doctor appointment I want to with my daughter. I can go tomorrow. I'm going to pick up my granddaughter at school. I can pick her up anytime I want to because I make my own schedule. But I also can work 10 hours on Wednesday or I can work 10 hours today. I get to choose my schedule. So I get the flexibility of when I personally want to work. So it's a blessing, but you also have to be extremely disciplined. And it is very different, especially for you guys that are very used to traditional jobs where you're like, well, I know I get paid here and I work for this amount of hours. You guys, I'm going to tell you, you're going to make 10 times more money when you work for yourself because you got to do it. You don't have somebody being like, oh, she's going to just go ahead. No, no, no. You got to figure it out and you have to figure out how to make it work. So it is an absolute blessing to be self-employed, especially when you have others that may be depending on you.
And it's so sweet.
It's
It is
so
such a sweet, sweet flavor when you can say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that my check was going to be that big," and it gets deposited. And then 3 months down the road, you're like, "Ooh, I need 3 new tires, like today, and I don't get paid till next week. Uh, do I really want to take it out of this account or that account? You know what? I have one party. I wonder if I can get 2 more parties booked and pay for those tires." Like, and you challenge yourself to it and you do it. Like if I go into school and I go to my superintendent and I say, I would like to have $1,000 more this month. He will look at me and go, oh, well, so would I. Like they're going to think I'm joking. They're going to think I'm joking because have you ever gone into your boss and said, I just need $1,000 more this week? Just for this week. But what? No, that's not how this works. But in Mary Kay, you can do that. You can. You can say, I'm going to pay for a wedding. I'm going to pay for this or that. I remember the first bill that I made, I set up through my Mary Kay account to be recurring. It was the internet. And today, that means you don't get on the internet. You don't get the kids couldn't game, no TV, like the cameras wouldn't work, like nothing would work without the internet. So I kind of made it be a high stakes bill, and I knew when it was coming out and I knew how much it was going to be and I knew I had to have it there. And so that made me be disciplined because my family is a TV family, computer family.
It is, you guys. It's important that you have a bill every single month. It is. And like you said, Julie, I love that you even said earlier, it might even just be that you start every single week taking your family for ice cream. Like that's what you start like, this is a Mary Kay money I started and I am buying ice cream tonight with my Mary Kay money this week. And then you guys, the next bill, it might be, the next month, it might be that you guys are going, and doing, something fun. You're going to go buy something fun at the store. The next month it might be like, ooh, we get to go, to American Girl or whatever that looks like, you guys. But that's why it's so important to dream. Jeannie Martin talks so much about that women forget to dream. That we don't dream anymore, you guys, because we've had life hit us from every stinking direction possible that we forgot to dream anymore. But you guys, we're all young. And I know some of you guys like, I'm not young. Yes, you are. You have breath in your lungs. You can walk around the block. Y'all, you got years in you to go and still have great years of your life. But you are the one that is going to decide what that life is going to look like. What is that life going to look like, ladies? Are you going to write down things that you want to do? I don't like to talk about a bucket list because I hate talking about the bucket because I hate even talking about people dying. We just won't even go there right now because that's a whole nother thing for a counselor to talk with me about, nobody else. Because of course I think everyone's dying around me because everybody has died around me. But anyway, you guys, but think about it as your goal list, as your dream list. What is it that you want to do in the next year, in the next 6 months, in the next 5 years? What is it you want to do? What is it you want to do with your family, your kids, your grandkids? What does that look like for you? Write those things down and give yourself a deadline. I was listening to one of the speakers at Career Conference, and she was a Spanish speaking lady, so you had to read it on the screen. And one of the things I thought was so cool is she talked about write everything that you want to do in your life down on a piece of paper. Thought it was brilliant. That this is perfect. Then she said, what are the top 3 things for the next year that are most important for you? The top 3 things. Okay, write those down. And then she said, what is the top 1 thing? Like, what is the most, like, 1 thing that you want to do in the next couple months? Write that down and start working toward that. And you guys, I'm telling you, when you are nailing your goals and you are the dreams that you have in your heart, you are meeting those all the time. You can't help but have joy in your heart. You can't help but have excitement. You can't help but help other people, you guys. But because you're hitting goals, you're creating that energy and you're teaching people how to do the same thing. So, all right, you guys, last question. I am going to, or 2 more questions for our directors and our directors that are moving up. So I'm going to ask you, and again, you can write this down on your paper. What holds you back from becoming a director or whatever your goal is for June 30th? Welcome, new consultants. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes. And how are you going to push through? How are you going to push through? What holds you back right now? And how are you going to push through? Because you guys, as a leader, you know what's holding you back. And I can't be there to kick you in the little tushy butt every morning. I can box you all the time. But you're the one that has to figure out where you are. And you're going to have to be the one that's going to have to push through. And you're going to have to know the steps of how you're going to push through as a leader. Because as you continue to move further in the career path, you guys, you're going to have other challenges that are going to come. And you're going to have to figure how to push through them. Okay. And I never want to take that away from you because that is your learning lesson. And that learning lesson is going to reflect somebody else that's going to come into your life. Trust me on this. Last question is, you guys, is why do you want to be a sales director? What is it, your desire? Why do you want to be a sales director? Hello, Jeanette. And Jennifer and Angie and Kyla. All right, girls, it is 7:27. I hope this meeting has helped. If there's certain topics you guys want me to cover on this when we meet together next week, please make sure you let me know. All right, so I can make sure we cover those topics. And again, I love you so much. I'm not going to be easy on you. All right, y'all know I'm compassionate. You know, I want to just wrap my arms around you and tell you, it's okay. You didn't do that this week.
We'll hug you and tell you to rub some dirt in it.
Correct. I'm gonna encourage you. Okay, so you didn't do that this week. That's fine. Tell me how you got held back. Tell me what struggled to not push through, and tell me what it cost you to not push through, and tell me how this week you're going to push through to finish that. All right. So those are just going to be some of the things we cover, you guys. I'm excited to see you guys just move forth. I know a lot of you do have hearts for Red Jacket. You guys, Red Jacket is top of our company. Directorship is top of our company. It is a calling on your heart, but it is a servant leader and it is a calling. And it's not going to be easy, but I will tell you it is 1000% worth it.
Yeah.
You'll be so glad. So glad. As I said, somebody that's got 23 years under their belt. I am so glad I worked when I did, because now I have different knowledge and different strategy, different mindset of how to move forth to these goals and beyond. And so will each and every single one of you as you walk your journey. And you guys got to remember, you got littles watching you, whether it's kids, grandkids, whatever, they're watching you. And I don't know about you guys, but I want this company here when they are ready to be able to be at home with their babies and be able to help provide for their homes and be able to provide vacations or electric bills or whatever their lifestyle looks like. I want them to have the same opportunities that each and every single one of us have had, but they won't have it if we don't walk boldly in our callings right now, you guys. So, all right, for our DIQs, I hope you have a great, I shouldn't say, well, you guys like that? Our DIQs, our directors,
love it.
our red jackets, our future executives, Julie,
Ooh.
nationals, our cars. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I'm still recording this too. Oopsie. Maybe